everybody. How are you today? It's Christy here at My Artful Adventures, and today we are going to continue to work on this junk journal that we started. And we were going to start a junk journal and keep working on it for three months, and this was from Junk Journal Jamboree, from the Junk Journaling Jamboree group. And so the people who were working on this project, we each chose a journal to do, and the theme was spring is near. And so you could do whatever you wanted to. And this is my journal that I've been working on for that. And so I made a hardcover, and the reason we were doing it for 3 months was so that people could have a chance to see how we made a journal from start to finish. And this one I made a hardcover journal, and I started from the very beginning and used some chipboard and covered it and made this. And this one is a slip spine journal. So here's some signatures. And I made another little folio, and this was from a different company. And all of these papers were on Etsy, and if you go back to the different videos, you can look in the notes, or if you watch, I tell what they are. And we've done all kinds of things. So I made this fun little thing here. I need like a handle or something here to make it easier. And then these are all little pockets in here to use. So it was another fun little thing. And we've done all kinds of different things, and then this folio. But so this paper was from one person, and it's a small print. The larger print that I used inside was from somebody else on Etsy. And then these fun pages in here, they coordinated, and they were from another designer. So you can even look at somewhere like Etsy and find all kinds of fun things that will coordinate, right? Okay, I had this problem yesterday. Hang on just a second. I don't know why when I try to refresh my page, it just is ridiculous. Okay, I need to send myself over to a couple of places. Sorry, I should have already done this. Hey Grace, how are you? Mary, welcome. Andrea, I'm so glad to have you here. I'm just going to pop in here. I got just a couple of places to send this out into the world, right? I should have done this from my phone, and my phone is off in the other room. And I do so much stuff from my computer, and one day I was sharing something from my phone, and I'm like, well, my goodness, you can share it to more than one place when you are, doing it from your phone. I'm like, why don't I do that all the time? No telling, right? Do you guys do things like that? You just get started doing something, and you're just used to doing it one way. And then before you know it, that's the only way you're doing it. Okay, I've got it shared out. Maybe we'll get some new friends over. So, Grace, that's a good question. Probably YouTube. I also am on YouTube, you guys, and if you ever want to go into my YouTube channel, if that's an easier place for you to watch and participate, that's fun. And my YouTube channel there is also My Artful Adventures, so that makes it easy. You can find me wherever from the same thing. Okay, and then I put this doily on. Isn't that the most fun? And by doing the slip spine, I did not cover this part up down here. It's not glued across that or at the top. And that way, if there's any reason that I would ever need to change that elastic out or tighten it or do whatever, I change it out, I can get to those spots really easy and not have to mess with the book, right? So I'm not going to take any longer than that, but when I saw that doily, I just had to use that for that. Now, this kit that I'm using, I think I closed, did I actually shut down? Oh, yes, but here it is. This is from an Etsy shop called TheEphemeralFox, and this thing that we're using today is a little bit different. It's not so florally, but I thought the colors would be fun, to go in here with it, right? And give it just, something different. I don't need everything to be samesies, you know, all the time. I need to back out a little bit here so we can see this better. But yes, thanks, Grace. I appreciate that. Hi, Carol. Hi, Ruth. Sue Blaylock. Thanks for popping in, you guys. Oh, what am I trying to do? I'm sitting here with my mouse and I'm trying to think of what I'm doing. Oh my goodness, some days, people. What in the world was I going to do? I have no idea. But this is called Hippie Batik Junk Journal Folio is what this particular one is. I wanted to get a bunch of this cut out first and I didn't. But with this, you have, I want to say, 4 different things that you can use for your covers. Is that right? Yeah. 4 different ones. And I thought that was kind of fun. Oh, I printed this one back down. And there's 4 different papers that you can use for the backgrounds or the back of the pages. I've used the same one on all of them. And we've talked about this before, about sometimes giving your eye, oh, I know, now I see what I was going to do. I wanted to make this, bump it out a little bit. Let's see, now, I know now why I was confused. I couldn't find the spot to do it. Okay, that was really zoomed in there, super close. Okay, that's a little bit better. But this paper, I just did all of them the same. Some of them are brighter for the back of your pages than others. And I thought, you know, oh, what I was going to say was we've talked about this before. When you've got something where everything is so bright that, you know, your eyes need a place to rest. And so some of these I printed, I turned the opacity way down so that we could, you know, have something fun and light, and your eye could have a chance to kind of recuperate from the real bright pages. And then with so much blue, I just used some lined paper in here. So you've got some places to write. And, you know, you've just got all this fun stuff going on, plus some real simple, easy to look at stuff, right? Do you guys agree? Do you think, would you do that too? I love these bright colors though, but even these, even though these are more subtle, they're still bright, right? So I think I'm just going to pick one of these. There was one I thought was fun. Oh, this one, it looks like it has, you know, it looks like it's aged and has these little ring binder things. Not ring binders, I don't know. Like, what do you call those, you guys? I don't know. I'm at a loss for words today, right? Holy cow. Hey, Martha, how are you? Hey, Susan, how are you doing? Everybody's popping in here. I just thought I would come on for a little while. I wanted to kind of get some of this cut before and just take a few minutes and kind of assemble this, but you know how that goes sometimes. Time just gets away from you. I think those are going to be way too big for me to do this. It's kind of easier. And if you know, turn your paper instead of your scissors, that usually is a better way to, oh, you guys, I should have picked something not so scallopy, right? Would have been easier to get through the cutting. It won't take long though. Somebody one time told me she couldn't believe how fast I could cut. Like, you just got to get through it, right, people? And it doesn't have to be exact. Nobody's gonna be here on the scallop police going, oh my goodness, she didn't do a very good job on that one. Plus, if I had to do it exact, we'll be here all day. So we'll just get some of this and put some of this together. We don't have to do the whole thing, but this kit has got all kinds of pockets and, you know, side pockets, all kinds of fun stuff to use. Okay, we got that part done. Woohoo! Now get out the big scissors. Just give it a trim. You guys, you'd be surprised if you do not have a good pair of these long bladed scissors. You'd be surprised how straight that you can cut by using some of these great big long scissors. And these are those Tim Holtz scissors. And I found these one time I was at a scrapbook retreat, and a lady at the table in front of me, she was just cutting through everything with scissors, and I'm like, I would never attempt to do that. I would have the biggest mess and nothing would be even. But as I watched her, I was just so surprised. I think I'm going to use these. That'll be fun. We'll make a little double door thing there on one of our panels. And when you've got these where the color doesn't look the same on one side, you know, like you get out to the edge, you just know that that is a tab place for you to score along the edge of it and use it as a glue tab. And so when you print on the back of these, you don't even know where that is. So you gotta be sure you score on this side, that, you know, the one that we're looking at right now, right? And then just a little trim here and there. But I thought I'd just come on and talk and see spring, but not bright colors, is what Martha says. Yeah, who else has a junk journal they're working on right now? I about have so many of them that are in the works. I need to take some time and finish them, right? How many of you start more journals than you finish? I want to know. Is that just me? Is it just me? Oh my goodness. The first day of spring is tomorrow. I didn't even think of that, Susan. And I usually think about that because I've got one of the girls who, that's her birthday kind of falls in that first of spring. You guys, I never will forget one time I was down here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I had my oldest daughter, and we were visiting my husband's parents, and we were staying up in Denver. Steve was in the Navy, and he was out on a cruise, and we'd come to Denver to stay for a while. So Kathy and I had gone down there, and so it was time to go home, and we couldn't go home. We had to go back to from the airport. And the reason we had to go back was the airport in Denver was shut down for a blizzard. Like, oh my goodness. And down here, it was spring and trees were starting to blossom. Spring was farther along that year than it is this year. And oh man, that hurt my heart to have to go back and know they'd already shut down the airport because of a blizzard. I'm like, oh no. So this is going to be, we'll make this into a flap. So that'll be nice. Let's see what else we've got that we can put in here quick. I saw some pocket. This would be a side pocket. This would be a side tuck pocket. There's so many choices on here, you guys. You got to be careful how many, well, you know, you've got 3 different, or no, we counted 4 different fronts. Or covers, I should say. It wasn't just a front. 4 different covers. There's like 16 pages in this kit, you guys, and right now it's on sale. So this is this creator. Her name is Julia, and she's at TheEphemeralFox over on Etsy. And I just love all her work. She's also got some pretty things out right now, which look like, you know, more spring and Easter, and oh my goodness, they are gorgeous pieces, you guys. So if you're looking for anything like that, be sure and go over and look at her things. You know, I'm always sending you off to somebody else to buy something, right? But you know what? It takes a while to create these things. I've created some digital things, and it takes some time, you guys. And I tell you what, for the price that these people charge on Etsy for their, you know, their kits, oh my goodness, I think it's a bargain. So go over there and take a look at what she's got. I don't know, I think the sale is ending maybe tonight or in the morning. I don't know, soon. I'll just say soon. So you should hurry and look and see if you find anything that you want. So what are you guys all been up to? Yes, tell me, who's got, can I explain a little? Working on a Tim Holtz style journal. Who said that? Oh, Sue. Oh, yeah, Sue, tell us a little bit more about that. Do you just mean the look of it? You tell us. Please. Please tell us, Sue. You guys, we sometimes, I see some of you in the comments, and I just think some of you are the ones that should be on here presenting. Some of you do, oh my goodness, beautiful work, honestly. And it is my pleasure to know all of you creative people, and I just enjoy, and no matter, you know, whether you like showing other people, you know, what you're doing and do lives, or, you know, I love just seeing it, even when you're done with it. I love the fact that you're willing to share with us and some of the groups everybody has. What's her page? Terry Jo, are you talking about the Etsy seller? I'll wait and hear if that's what you meant. When I'm done with this, I will change the description. I did not think to put it in there when I set up the live. So when I'm done, I will put her page in there. It's not going to be a link. I might put a link in the comments. You guys, it's just, and for any of you who ever wonder why people don't just put it in the description and they tell you that it's in the comments, the reason they do that is because they don't feed that out as much. If we've got links that are in our description, they do not feed it out for us as much on the book. So if you've ever wondered about that, that's why. What's the page name for this kit? Okay, so her store is called TheEphemeralFox, and the kit is called Hippie Batik Junk Journal Folio. One of these, where is it? I don't even see it. Okay, let's go ahead, and here's some of these other tuck pockets. Let's see how far we get with this one. Let's use what we've cut out so far, you guys, and get going. Because I've already been on, I see the time, so let's get with it. So Sue says she's making a ephemera that looks like Tim Holtz style, grungy. And then she's putting it in a journal using his papers with her own. Cool. You're welcome, Terry Jo. That is too fun. Yes, he definitely has a style, doesn't he? He really does. And I think people either like the style or they don't. You know what? If you have ever watched him on YouTube talk, you know, I mean, as he does things, or when he introduces new products sometimes, it's so interesting because he is so knowledgeable about the products, and I love listening to him tell about the products. You know, some of them, like how they work or why they work that way, or, you know, what makes them so different from somebody else's products. And so I love learning about that kind of stuff. And when you learn about it, you know, then you are more prepared for why you might want to use it or not use it for something in particular. Like, he is the one that I learned that distress oxides are part pigment ink and part dye-based ink. And I thought, oh, that is why. And, you know, when you use them and you use water, now when you just use them straight, you don't notice it. But if you add water to them, they start to kind of, I guess I could say, I don't know how else to phrase it, but it's like they start coming apart. They, you know, as the water, and you know, it's better if you can use some, you know, paper that is, you know, meant to allow, you know, water to make those things move. But then they kind of look like they have oxidized. and you'll see different colors come out, you know, from what you see, like when you first put it down. And it is the coolest thing to watch. But then I thought, after I found that out, I'm like, oh my goodness, I know now why I really like using that, because I love using pigment ink because it's just a little bit more juicy. And so, you know, if you're doing something with it, it's like you can work with it a little bit longer. I'm trying to make sure I got that down in there better. Martha. Yeah, we don't know unless we ask, right? Oh, Sue, thanks. Yeah, you guys. Sue said she'll post it in the group. And my group is called My Artful Adventures Clubhouse. So you have to, excuse me, guys. It will have you agree to the rules and, you know, answer a couple of questions. I don't let anybody in that won't do that, because I don't want people in there that are just not real people. So I like to feel that it's a little bit more of a protected group. You guys, let me pop in one of these cough drops. You guys, our wind is blowing so much. I just think there's no wonder I keep coughing and hacking. It's just, who knows what's out there blowing around, especially in the spring, right? How many of you have been having a lot of wind? My goodness, I don't remember it being this windy consistently here. I was used to this in Colorado. We live straight across from the mountains, and man, the wind will whip up over that. And we had quite a bit of space that was pretty much open between us and where you could see the foothills. And man, that wind would blow out there. Not anything that you would enjoy. We had when we first moved out to where I grew up. I was like 7 when we moved out there to what we called the farm. And we had a fence that was split in half. So it had a gate. I mean, we had a gate that was split into 2 sections. And so you had to get one section closed and then the other. Well, when I was little and it was windy like that, it was a nightmare. You should see me. I'd get home from school and I'd be trying to get that gate closed. You could maybe get it, you know, you're like running back and forth as fast as you can from one side to the other. I'm sure it was quite a show. I can't imagine doing that now. It would be quite a show now, too. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Okay. So here's this is the part that's going to be, this is like a gate fold. Oh, perfect, since I was just talking about my crazy gate story, right? Let's go ahead and get this folded. So I'm just going to fold it like that and then give it a good press so it'll be a nice tight fold. Just like this. Look, isn't that pretty? And so here, look at this. I really debated whether or not to use it with this, but you guys, the colors are great. I just think the colors will be fine with it all. And who cares if it's a little, you know, if it's not exactly that same. You know, we can put that in here. And before I'm done with this, you guys, oh, I'm sorry to be talking with something in my mouth, but you'd probably rather hear that than me coughing and hacking, right? Susan says it's calm today, but you've had quite a bit of wind. Oh, you still, yeah. Grace is up there in North Dakota, and she's still got snow on the ground. I'm not surprised, Grace. Not at all. You're waiting for that spring thaw in the north, aren't you? Just waiting for the spring thaw to hit. You guys, when we moved from Colorado to Minnesota, I tell you, that was a real eye-opener when winter hit. You know, around the Denver area, when I'd stayed quite a bit of time, a couple of winters up in the mountains too. And you know, up in the mountains, when it starts snowing, they scrape it off. But you know, you end up, you're driving on snow on some of those roads. They can't clear all that off. Like in, you know, if it's a little area where people live, there's no way they're going to get that completely cleared off all the time. But when we moved to Minnesota, and you know, it started snowing, and you know, they just move it over, and you'd have to just make more room for more snow. You guys, I think I'm going to trim this a tiny bit off here. I think I'll trim it right to this little line. Give it a little bit more room to close. There we go. Oh, Martha's got daffodils. Yeah, my daffodils have already bloomed. Oh, Sherry just got home from the hospital. I hope you're doing good. Oh, she says she's doing good. Great. Susan says it's in the low 70s there. She's out getting her vitamin D. Good for you. Good for you, girlfriend. Okay, let me make sure I got this right. Yep. Here's writing and some little words, and they're facing the right way. I always like, and these are, I always like to make sure I got some of my words facing the right way, right? So let's make a little plan, shall we? If we put this here, you know, I'm thinking, oh, that's not the gatefold piece. I gotta make a plan here. Okay, let's glue this down, and then let's put the gatefold over it too. So I'm gonna get, well, that's nothing coming out. We're not gonna get anything there. Sunny and 65. It's sunny here, but man, is it windy. I don't know what the weather, or I don't know what the temperature is out there. Oh, I do know. I looked a while ago and it was in the 60s is all. Because I walked through the house and I'm like, it's kind of chilly in here. Okay. Here we go. Let's get this part glued down here. So let's put it this direction so we can see. We want it to be out of the way of the crease. So this is always a good way to do that. Kind of lay it down, make sure it'll bend over. Then you know for sure it's going to be out of the way. Oh, I know. I saw somebody else in another chat group, and she was saying they live off in Nebraska, and she said they had a big storm again. Okay, so now we've got that. And now we can, let's see. This is the fun, you guys. You can layer these things. Let's decide what we're going to layer. We could put the side tuck right here. We've got this piece. We can make this could be a top piece. We could put this right here. And then just make sure if you're going to put it in between things, like that needs a tiny bit of trim. That's not going to close well. So let's just trim a tiny smidge off. Make sure that will close. No, it still needs a little more. More. And, you know, even if it's a little bit smaller or, you know, more narrow than that section, that'll be fine. So we can put that in there. That'll work. Let's go ahead and glue that part down. So you just start layering, and you know, you can put it together however you want to. You could make more of these. You know, that's the one fun thing about when you've got a, I'm gonna layer it this way, or hold it this way so I can see the edge. When you've got one of these that you're working with and you've got the printable, you can print however many you want, right? And every time you put it together, you can put it together a different way, and it's going to look different. So, I'm trying to make sure I've got, here's my door. Okay. Hello, Christy. How are you doing? Hi, Becky. There's our friend Funky Junk Inspiration. She's one of my other Christy friends. Okay, now, is this going to fit? Let's see if it will fit. You know, it's a little bit. That is a little bit tight there. You know, we could, you know what? Let's put this on the back. And I think we can layer this like this. Were they meant to be layered? Maybe these two. Well, that's kind of fun though. If you do it like this. Oh wait, that's nothing to be that way. Never mind. Well, let's do this and put this on the back, you guys. Or maybe right here. We could put that there. Cool. Did we decide on something for this part? Oh, this would be cute. We could put this here and have it fold out. Let's do that. Sometimes it's easier to like decide where they're going to go and then just glue it right then so you don't forget. And, you know, if you do something then you're like, oh shoot, I wasn't going to do it like that. It doesn't really matter. You'll figure out another way to do it. You'll figure out another thing that you like just as good. Okay, for those of you who are just popping in, hey Joan, this is from an Etsy seller, and she is, her store is called TheEphemeralFox, and this particular paper set is, let's see, do I want to put these on the, should we just make these, should we make that pop up? Let's see. Let's do it like this. And the kit is called Hippie Batik Junk Journal Folio. Hey Diane, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Okay. You guys, can you believe how many layers that you can put on? I love doing these. I don't know why. Why do you think that is? How many of you like doing folios? Any idea why? Why do we love doing the folios? Just gotta get it to where it's just on the inside so it will fold. Gotta make sure it folds. That is the important thing about doing folios. Okay, so now that's inside. And then we're going to do this one. Now, as we do this one for this gatefold, a gatefold, my ring's twisting upside down. That doesn't feel good. As we do these gatefolds like this meant to interlock. And so you've got to make sure you get it in there so it will kind of lock together. Well, it's not, and I hope that I can get it. Let's see. But yeah, don't you just love these? So then make sure you close it and make sure that it works itself out there. Okay, so see, it will lock right here. This one will go over this part and this one will go under there. Now, as you know, as it begins to sit for a while, you know, it'll lock down better. But we can put this, uh-oh. That's too tall. Well, we could put it down here. Oh, I think maybe that was the plan. I don't even remember. So then we got that, and they'll pop up. And then did we have another little pocket already cut? I thought we did. Well, there's other pockets we can put on. Let's go ahead and maybe I'll come back to that. So we've got that. Get that down there. And I wanted to put this on the front inside cover. So let's go ahead and do that one. That'll be an easy one to get down here. Grace. Well, I'm glad you are, because I don't feel like that. That's funny. I'm glad I can give the appearance that that happens. I just feel like I'm chaos in action. And for those who watch me, they know how many times I have to go back and fix things. Oh, one friend used to say I should call it the Christy Fix-It Show. So I always thought that was funny. Okay. And I love this glue, you guys. This is that reptile glue. And the reason I love it is because, you know, liquid glue gives you just that moment to move it around. And yet, you know, this sticks pretty quick. And I think it is, I think it's probably similar. I think that, oh, what's it called? What's the art glitter glue? Art glitter glue is pretty similar to that too. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking with my cough drop. Should we put this on the back, you guys? Look how cool that is. Let's do it. I'm going to open these up so I can lay it more flat. These are cute. But you guys, you know, don't ever feel less than because you have chosen to use somebody's printable, and especially, you know, something like this. Julia has spent all of this time getting this all together, she, you know, to make it fit and everything else. And then, you know, all we have to do is pick what kind of paper we want to print it on and print it out and just work on it. And it's still our project. I'm still the one that's putting it together how I want it. You know, she didn't decide that. And I happen to love the, you know, her work that she has done. I feel like it's almost a partnership. Right? Don't you feel like it's almost kind of a partnership when you find something you like and it's this ready to go? I love it. So yes, she is the Ephemeral Fox. And you know, sometimes you just find some of those Etsy stores and you just love the colors that they use and kind of the way they do stuff. And for me, she is one of those. I love her things. Okay. So I want this in, no, I want the inside to tuck down. But when you've got tabs, you guys, anytime you want more room in your pocket, when you've got glue tabs, it's going to give you more room in your pocket. If you don't need that much room and you want it tight on your page, then you can just, you know, cut a rectangle or whatever and put it down like that. I love this. I am loving these colors, you guys. Okay, so now, here we've got a couple of things left where we can put something. Oh, why do I keep wanting to fold that on the outside? Let's see what else we've got here that we could grab and cut real quick. So we've got the inside here. We could put another tuck pocket there. Or a side, this would be a side tuck pocket. Oh, we didn't use any of these. Let's use this style of a thingamabob. You know what? I'm gonna cut. I've been looking for something else to put inside that that gatefold. Let's put this in. I think that will be perfect. And this little kind of medallion here, you could use that as a tuck spot as well. Now, you know, I don't have anything that I have decided to use for decorating the front, though. But you know what? I'm not going to really worry about decorating the front of this. And you know why? Because it's right smack dab here in my my spring is near journal. So I'm not going to worry about it. There's just going to be more places to put stuff. Oh, those are pretty too. Look at that face. Isn't that cool? But I'm going to do these. These take less, what do I want to say? Or do we want a bigger one? Oh, that faces the wrong way. Does this one? This one will face the way I want it. So let's use it. So some of these are shaped to where you could put them on your, for like a left opening pocket or a right opening pocket. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Becky and Sue. Lots of hearts from Grace. Thank you. So tell me, and we kind of talked about this, but how many of you love doing folios, or you like to? Maybe you don't even have to love them. Do you like to do them from scratch? And tell me, do you like to do them from scratch, or do you like to get a printable like this to do them? Well, okay, yes, that will work. I thought for a second, that's not going to work. This is kind of a short-sided one, but that's okay. Let me grab this out so I can score these real easy today. Oh, thank you, Joan. I appreciate that. Sprinkling me out there. Okay. I tell you, I like this paper trimmer because you don't even have to swap the, you don't have to grab that little piece and flip it to do your scoring. This is from Stampin' Up. You can find my Stampin' Up link in my link tree. It's in the featured items on my Facebook page. And if you're watching on YouTube, oh, you guys, I forgot to see if anybody's been watching with us on YouTube. I have to look in a separate spot. Hang on one second. Oh, I don't like it when I do this, and I don't want people to feel like they have completely been ignored. Hey, Molly, how are you doing? Molly likes to do folios from scratch. I like to do it all. I like to do both. Molly, how did you sneak in there? When I looked for the place to see if there were comments from YouTube, all of a sudden I could see yours. Isn't that something? I don't see anybody there for now. Okay. Martha said she made one for her brother from scratch. He liked it. Nice. She tucked in a glass negative and old slide. Oh, fun. Yes, printables make it easier. Yep. We're all about easy sometimes, right, Sue? Okay. Get that out of the way. Oops. I didn't quite get it over there. I almost had an avalanche. All right, so let's see. You know, this actually was supposed to be like that, because if I put it like this, the words are sideways. I don't even care. I can live with that. Oh, Grace, have a great haircut. I should go see if I can get one tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Christy, for putting up my Linktree link. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, oh, Susan, I should have printed some of those out. Susan is talking about was I going to use some of the spring word strips from my newsletter. Yes, I will sprinkle some of those out. And you guys, right now, yesterday, or oh my goodness, you guys, I had not gotten one of my newsletters out for a while. I was very remiss. And you know, when you skip once, then it's easier the next week and the next week. And then before you know it, it's like, uh-oh, you know, I'm really behind. And so I got one out, and even though it was Monday, and I got my, the freebie thing that when people sign up for the newsletter is spring word strips, but that was what went out in Sunday's newsletter for a printable. Some of you may have already had those. But I love having little word strips to put on, and I use like a typewriter, an old typewriter font. I don't know, I love that. I love that look, and I just love having words to put on things. How many of you feel like you need just like exercise? Yep, Susan, you're right about that. How many of you like to add little word strips like that to things? I just don't feel like if I do ATC cards, I just feel like it's not finished unless it has something that it says on it. Like it needs some words. Needs words. Yes, exercise is just like that. Okay. Okay, you guys. Oh. I guess it would help if I glued the other part down to where it's stuck, right? Why didn't that stick? Let's get it on there this time. Susan says we've got her down the Etsy rabbit hole now. I tell you, you can go down a rabbit hole just looking at one designer. There's just so many things. Okay, now I don't like, you know, this has got some curved things. We've got our little curved things here on the front cover. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm just going to round this off a tiny bit. And you know, you guys, you don't even have to have corner rounders to give the tiniest bit of a curve to something. And you know me, even if it doesn't match, I can live with it. There. But you know, you'll be surprised how you can do it. You can do it. And then let's do the same thing right here too. And it'll make sliding things in there a tiny bit easier too. Just to give it that tiny snip. There we go. And this one is connected on both ends. So that one will work. So here we go. We got this here. I'll fold like that. I've got this with a little pocket here. This has got another little flip-flop thing here. You know what? Let's add... You guys, you just keep doing this, and it's like, oh, let's add this. Let's add that. I don't know. Then when you're cutting stuff out, it's like, oh, which size scissors shall I grab to cut this out? Let's use this side, the medium. We got small, medium, and large. Or sometimes I see people trying to cut out something and fussy cut with great big scissors, and I'm like, oh, that just looks hard. It looks way more difficult than I would want it to be. So when you've got something like this, all you have to do, and this is kind of like what I was saying about, you know, using something flat. Now, where was I going to put this, you guys? Oh, here. I'm going to put this right here. All we have to do is put some glue on here. Make sure I get it on the right side. And just put a nice little strip of glue on there. Put it here. Kind of eyeball it and put it in the middle. And then we got a little tuck spot here, and we could tuck something down there. Let's snip this off too. Okay. Okay, you guys, look at that. Isn't that fun? Now I got to figure out something to put on the front, though. Whoops. I got so many flippy flap things here. There we go. And the back, in case you guys got here and missed the back, we got pockets on here too. Hi, Lori. How are you? So we've got that. And so here's the front. And like I said, because this is going to go in here. Now, I need something. I might just put a little Velcro dot on here to keep it closed. That seems like a good idea. And then I'll be able to put this in here. And I've got these bands. Now, you guys, I'm going to show you. I was going to do it today, and I thought, oh, I don't have what I need. I'm going to show you how to put more than one thing, more than one little notebook or signature or whatever. See, here is one of the elastics right here. One of the elastics is right here, the elastic bands. Now, I want to show you how you can, and you can tell I made the spine of this fairly big, right? And we don't have anywhere nearly enough stuff to fill this up yet. But one of the things that I promised to show, and I still am going to, is how you can put more than one signature onto one elastic band. And so that makes it super great to be able to add some other things on here, right? I mean, if you wanted to, you could, I almost feel like I need to tighten, this just seems really loose. I'm probably going to have to untie that and tighten it. But I think you'll, and look, here's another one. And this also came, this was another one of hers from the TheEphemeralFox, this set. I think this was called something like Wildflowers. But look, and look how much more simple I made that. And I love how this one looks like it has gold stitching. Like, you know, super, I don't even know what you'll call it, but it's like bound, like with gold stitching along the edges. I didn't even have to do any of that. It is all ready to go just because it prints out like that. So you guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope you've enjoyed this. And yeah, now I'll let you go off and go down the rabbit hole yourself over on Etsy. And again, this is from the TheEphemeralFox. And this particular set was called, I gotta see it again, Hippie Batik Junk Journal Folio. And if you get into her store, you can just click on folios too. I think there's, well, I was looking at the computer. There's on my computer it was like 3 pages worth of folios. So I mean, she's got them for all kinds of occasions. Yeah, this one is a lot thicker, and we got more stuff going on in this one than the first one. But you guys, see what I said? I mean, the colors and everything, I mean, it looks fine. And it gives us something else, a little bit of something else with some interest, right? Thank you so much, you guys. I will see you later. Be sure to and sign up for my Telegram channel. It's also in the featured things for Linktree. No, not, yeah, in my Linktree. Oh my goodness. And Christy popped in the Linktree thing. I wonder if I can copy that. Let me see if I can copy it. Yeah, I can, I think. No, it won't let me paste it. Oh, yeah, it will. Oh, you know, I don't know if a lot of you know this or not, but when you put something in Facebook, like a link, and then you go to copy it from Facebook and do something with, you know, and like paste it in again, it has increased its size and all of its letters and words exponentially. So, you know, so that's not too fun. Okay, you guys, I will see you later. Thanks again for being here. Have a wonderful afternoon, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.